Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft video every weekday. And today, my cat and I are so excited to get to play in another Marvel Superheroes Arena Direct. This is a tough event. If I get 7 wins before my second loss, I get a collector booster box of Marvel packs mailed to my house. You've seen me win boxes in Dragonstorm Tarkir, MTG Foundations, Lorwyn, Avatar, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bloomburrow, and Secrets of Strixhaven. I'd love to add Marvel to that list. So let's see if we can't do that today. All right, what will we open? So Azorius is far and away shaping up to be the best archetype in this format. Rakdos, the worst. Okay, so all right, I mean, okay, so Alien Invasion, I mean, the first time I saw it, I thought it was like Urabrask's Forge, a card that was like extremely strong in that limited format. You make an increasingly large creature every single turn, it attacks, and then it dies at the end of the turn. It's just not playing out like that. It comes down too slow, the mana requirements are too strict, it requires you to be pretty much specifically Gruul. Construct a Cosmic Cube, I actually have this at pre-release. I mean, if in draft, if you could really build around conniving and really hyper accelerate, but like by the time you've made the last ability is irrelevant for limited, because by the time you've made 7 2-1s with Menace, you should have already won. And just slowly making 2-1s synergistically, that is not the way to win Contemporary Sealed. So another basically unplayable card. Super Soldier Serum is a rare in the best color, and yet it manages to still be unplayable. The thing is, you really don't want to just hyper invest in one creature. The first time I read this, I actually couldn't believe how bad it was. I read it like 3 times to try to figure out what the upside was, and then I realized, no, it just gives +2/+2 and some abilities to a creature, which is like what auras used to do 15 years ago, before we all understood that auras are just inviting your opponent to get a 2-for-1 by using removal on it. Quicksilver, I actually did play with this one as well. I mean, it can threaten damage. If your deck is hyper aggressive, it could have a place, but it's far from like a bomb. I mean, honestly, it's more like a common in terms of its power level. Loki, if you can target things you control, yes, this would be good. This is a lot like I had Ms. Marvel in my pool yesterday, and if you can do a bunch of targeting of things you control, yeah, drawing a card from like playing a combat trick is an awesome payoff. But the question is, in your sealed pool, how many times are you going to be able to target something that you control? The only difference here, though, is this is an ability as opposed to a spell, and it's a player or permanent, not just a creature you control. So this does have a whole lot more flexibility than Ms. Marvel, so that probably makes it a lot better. And it costs 1 less mana. It just has a better stat line. Ruinous Wrecking Crew I do like. I misread it the first time I saw it and thought it was a lot better, but it's actually still really good. The optionality is great. It has appropriate stats. It's a very good card. The only thing is, it is in the worst performing color pair. So we have one pretty good rare, and then we have a good rare in a color pair that we want to avoid. And then we have 4 unplayable rares. So I don't know, like, come on, commons and uncommons. Look, all I ask for in these events, I'm not asking to open 3 copies of Captain Marvel. All I ask for is a fighting chance, okay? I just want a fighting chance. Okay. Helicarrier Strike is just good white removal. I mean, good enough white removal for this format. Panther Pounce is like whatever. It's evasion. Can trigger Loki, so that's good. Target player and target creature. Actually, does this get 2 triggers on Loki? When a player or permanent becomes the target of an ability you control. Yeah. Oh, no, it triggers only once each turn. Okay, no, never mind. Shield Spy Kid, very, very strong. Agent of Atlas, whatever. 2/2 for 2 in white turns out to be good in this format. Look, we actually have a lot of 2/2s for 2 in white, or 2 power creatures in white. Okay, that's not nothing. Double Web Up. Okay, so my white commons and uncommons are looking good. Cast a spell that targets a creature you control. Well, I guess this is a similar kind of build around to Loki. Wakanda Drone Flock, pretty good with a Shield Spy Kit on it, and Burrow Backup, fantastic card. Okay. All right, then we have double Aerial Doombot. I mean, I'm liking the looks of the speed of our blue and white, and then double We Say Thee Nay. That's really nice. Look already at just the stack of cheap blue and white cards that I have. So, yeah, it is the best color pair. I mean, we have to like be aware of that when we're deck building. And look, I have like a whole bunch of 2-drops, a whole bunch of 1-drops. I have a good removal, Frozen and Ice and Web Up. Justice is like one of the best uncommons in the entire format. I highly doubt that I have a lot of merfolk going on, so that's probably not a playable Atuma right there. Super Suit could technically be okay if you have a bunch of flyers that you want to stick it on. And Trickster Stratagem is like one of the very best commons in the format. So, all right, blue and white looking pretty good, actually. Also, by the way, Web Up and Frozen and Ice do both trigger Loki. Actually, maybe Web Up does. That'll target an online permanent, but Frozen and Ice does not. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Oh yeah, also Falcon Wings Harness. What are you doing in the sideboard? Okay. Also, like, maybe there's a world where you play Atuma just to get the draw a card off of it. On attack, draw a card. It's something that someone has to deal with. Like, in Sealed, I have a lot more patience for that kind of thing. Like, the opponent doesn't want to spend a removal spell on this, but it can attack through a lot of boards, and they have to do something about it. So actually, maybe this is fine, especially if you put a Falcon Wings Harness on it. I mean, look, that's already... this 40 cards could be our 40-card deck, but all right. Let's see what we have in other colors. Widow's Bite is okay. There's a lot of stuff that it doesn't kill. Arnim Zola, I found it, like, not catastrophic in Sealed. The data have made it look catastrophic. I don't know. It's like something that your opponent has to deal with, but I think that as people learn to build faster and faster decks, they can punish you running things like this. Construct a Cosmic Cube, we talked about. Double Cruel Alliance is definitely nice. Hydra Troopers, I'm not a fan of. Visions of Villainy, classic 2-for-1, usually pretty good in Sealed. Hour of Defeat, unconditional removal, always good in Sealed. And then Unliving Legionnaire is fine. But yeah, our black is looking kind of paltry, which is probably what we want. We want to be more centered on colors that we're more likely to play. Okay, Quicksilver is like perfectly whatever. Stark Industries Executive is like the 3rd or 4th worst performing common in the Sealed game type. We don't know exactly how it's playing out in arenadirect specifically, but if you just jammed Sealed in the format, this is one of the worst things you could play. Same with Hydra Assault Robot. I do think the synergies really matter for the Hydra Assault Robot, though. If you can get like a billion treasure makers, like these two do actually combo together, making a treasure and dealing a damage every turn. It's not an overwhelmingly amazing combo, though. So we do actually have the capacity to build a pretty fast red deck, possibly. I mean, I guess with Loki. And I do like the double Jessica Jones. So red is not like obviously right out, and we have a Repulsor Blast. I probably am not inclined to play most of this other stuff. I mean, I guess we could do the like mini overrun thing. There's a world in which, yeah, I'll at least maybe look at like Boros Aggro, something like that. Okay, now let's look at green. So I always like Seeds of Hope, Rapid Rescue. I like Reptile. This one's really tricky. The threat of activation lets it just do so much. Like, it just prevents so many combats that you wouldn't want to happen. Okay, a whole bunch of 1-drops in green, although one of them is Rick Jones, which is not an aggressive 1-drop. And then we have Tigra, Undercover Scroll, and really like White Tiger. This is a fantastic card. Undercover Scroll, also one of the top performing commons. Having said that, my green kind of ends there. I'm not a big fan of Mr. Hyde. I had some good synergies with this. I mean, I guess Knights of Wundagore is a synergy with it in one of my Sealed runs, and it was not even good when it was super well supported. Ooh, we have a Spider Woman. That is really good. That is really good. We have triple Surveillance Room, double AIM Synthoids. Okay, I actually could put a Vibranium Energy Daggers. Wait, what just happened? Didn't we have double Synthoids? Did a Synthoid glitch out of existence, or did I miss C? Well, we're probably not going to want to run 2 of those anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter. Black Widow. There's also Ghost. So you could, like, play Ghost and put some Vibranium Energy Daggers on it or something. I mean, I could play Ghost and put a Shield Spy Kit on it. It's not like Ghost is an amazing card on its own, but if you have, like, ways of buffing it up, ways of putting +1/+1 counters on it, ways of putting little suits on it, I would not be like completely against playing that if I'm a very aggressive deck. It is 2/2 for 3 is a rough stat line. I'll give you that much. But if you have ways of buffing it up, it's good. Okay, and then we have Bullseye. There's Ruinous Wrecking Crew. Probably not looking to alien invade. There is King Temporal Tyrant. Could be good if I was trying to do some kind of Convoke strategy. White Black Land and Black Widow. Yeah. Okay. So, and I guess I might as well put in these just for the sake of looking. Okay. Okay, first of all, I think black is right out. So I do have these double Cruel Alliance, which is pretty nice. But the thing is, it like compare it to white. Double Cruel Alliance is right on par with web up. And then I have like 8 other reasons to be white and like 1 maybe other reason to be black. So I think black is right out, unless it's like on the splash. Splashing is not that easy in this pool. Surveillance Room can do it, but it does it behind curve because you have to like filter into the color. Let's see. I do like my green 1-drops, but I don't know. Am I going to win by playing like a bunch of Serpent Specialists and Mr. Hydes? So I think it's worth looking at, let's say, Boros aggro. Maybe even is it? But I strongly suspect my best deck is just Azorius again. I mean, the reason is like double Aerial Doombot plus Shield Spy Kit. I have double We Saving a double Web Up, and Frozen in Ice. I have 1, I'm not going to call it a bomb, but like 1 strong rare. I also have like maybe the best uncommon in the format, maybe the best common in the format, and just a bunch of evasion. I do think that Night Nurse is really good. Like, you know, you can, for example, buy back your Web Up. It's just all sorts of cool stuff that you can do. Buy back your Wonder Woman. So I'm probably going to go in this direction, but let's at least look at red. I think green is pretty much right out. So I'm going to look at something in the Jeskai space, and I'm going to look at 2 colors because whatever deck we end up with is going to be highly aggressive. I'm sorry, whatever I said about Panther Pounce earlier with Loki is wrong. This is specifically an ability you control. So Panther Pounce wouldn't count, but Web Up does. Justice, I believe, triggers it. Spider Woman, I believe, triggers it. So we definitely have options here. Also, I guess equipping, like just equip, like re-equipping stuff. Loki makes your equipment let you draw a card. Kind of busted. So honestly, I mean, does this deck look amazing? No. Zero bomb Azorius aggro. But I mean, hey, we have strong uncommons. We have a lot of strong commons. We have really good interaction, so maybe I can just prevent my opponent from getting their bombs online. And we have some synergies, not that many synergies, but some, like synergies with Loki, synergies with Shield Spy Kit and Aerial Doombot, or Shield Spy Kit and Ghost, that kind of a thing. Conniving onto Ghost. Good prowess, like good ways of activating prowess. By the way, Burrow Backup is really a creature. Yeah, so do I love the deck? No, I'm going to be fighting to just get my gems back with this pool, realistically. Not really fighting for a box, but I mean, we're always fighting for a box, but not expecting it to go that far. But I think this has a pretty good shot of getting 3-4 win territory and, you know, letting me try again. Okay, folks, now here's a question. Is this actually better? This is Boros aggro. Look at the number of 2-drops. I could almost play 15 lands with this and just have only 2-drops. I guess I'm a little concerned about... So, okay, Burrow Backup and Hire Crew are creatures. So I actually have a really good creature count, and then just like good removal, good combat tricks, and a good equipment. I'm a little concerned about the stat line of some of these creatures, I guess, like Stark Industries Executive. I guess that's the only one. Yeah, Jessica Jones is not good at pushing damage. This is more of a control card. I don't have a lot of evasion either. But I do kind of like the game plan of just like Ultra Boros aggro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 2-drops is a pretty sweet 2-drop count. So compared to blue, I'm giving up 2 1-drops. That's actually pretty meaningful. An equipment that gives evasion. Loki, which is really strong. Double We Saving a Frozen in Ice, so better interaction. Justice, which is good interaction. Atuma, which is a good 4-drop. Yeah, so it's like, would I rather be We Saving naying onto or playing a creature? Probably playing a creature if I'm trying to be aggressive, right? So if you're going to have no good cards in your deck, then you do want to be really fast. But I think the stats are just kind of a lethal flaw here. Like, I don't know, Stark Industries Executive, 2 1/3s for 2, 2 2/3s for 3. They're not going to be attacking. A 1/4 for 4, understated 4-drop. I have a 2/1 for 2. Like, everything being understated kind of makes the aggro plan hard to fully believe in. And against a bomb, I'm probably more likely to want to be able to prevent it from even hitting the board some of the time, which makes me really think we say the nay is going to be important. I also think Justice is really good interaction. Trickster Stratagem is really good interaction. Yeah, it's a tough call. I mean, I do also think I kind of fall short of playables in the blue-white deck. I mean, I also like having my own very strong, like, individually very powerful card. If I start drawing a card every turn by, like, moving any equipment back and forth, you know, could win a game. So I think to fill things out, I might as well play the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, part of my strategy is just bonking in with a 1-drop. So probably Panther Pounce is not important. I mean, it could be good with Atuma, I guess, and it does cycle itself, and it does only cost 1 mana. The other option would be Super Suit to go all in on that. Like, equipment are good with Ghost and with the aerial Doombots, with Wakandan Drone Flock, with Atuma. But I don't know, running 2 equipment, the problem is equipment are not usually good in limited. I have Shield Spy Kit. Actually, that would be a 3rd equipment because I have the Shield Spy Kit and Falcons. Okay, so I'm sold on Panther Pounce. Worst case scenario, it's a 3-mana cycle, which is pretty bad, but yeah, and I think 16 lands is right here. This is an aggro deck. All right, let's try it. I mean, this was like, when I ran the numbers on, I did this video on like, is sealed just a lottery? You can find it by scrolling a little bit back in my channel. And basically I found like 70% of pools or thereabouts are perfectly fine. About 15% are unbelievably good, and about 15% are terrible. This is definitely one of the terrible 15%. This is one of those 15% that are just duds, which is not to say that you have no chance of winning, but it's like, okay, you definitely lost the sealed lottery today. But okay. All right, Hero for Hire. So 3-1. I haven't even seen this card played. 2-tap, discard a card, draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn. I've seen that, but I'm not sure I've seen it hit the battlefield. All right, I'll run out Agents of Atlas. I would trade with Misty. I don't have big plans for this Agents of Atlas. Mostly, it would be nice to just kind of draw some fire away from Loki, although I don't really have any. So Loki will trigger on turn 4 with Spider-Woman, actually, so that's good, right? A player or permanent becomes a target of an ability you control. When it enters, tap target creature an opponent controls. Looks like it should trigger. I haven't played Loki or seen it played yet, so just making sure that I'm properly understanding the card. Snap block this. I'm not going to just start taking 3 every turn. It's not going to be Blazing Crescendo. Oh, it could be 2 damage to target blocking creature. That's perfectly fine. We prevented the damage. All right. If that's their turn, I'm thrilled, but I guess maybe they have a Kunlun Warriors. Oh, okay, all right. Called it. I don't even know the set well yet, but I called it. Okay, they neglected to discard anything, and then we went to my turn. So I am just going to run out Loki. Yeah, they might have a removal spell, but they did just use a removal spell, and we have like all of the 4-drops in our deck now in our hands, so I don't think I'm supposed to wait, do nothing, and then wait for turn 5 to double spell. I'll definitely not be blocking here. If you want to kill Loki, you have to use a removal spell on it. Okay, that's not a removal spell. Okay, remind me of what this does. I know I have it in my pool, but remind me of what this does. When you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, it can deal damage equal to its power to any other target. So I think I actually need to play Spider-Woman right now, even though Spider-Woman technically has Flash. I think I play it right now because... Hold on. No. Okay, here's how this is going to work. I go to their turn. Suppose they attack with these 2. I play Spider-Woman and I try to lock down, or before attackers, I play Spider-Woman and I try to lock something down. I guess with Spider-Woman on the stack, they could cast a spell that targets a creature they control and then kill Loki. So I probably do just want to play this right now and lock down that Iron Fist. It's probably more important than killing their Misty. So I get to draw my card, which is pretty important for me. And then no way is Loki going to be blocking, so I'll just send Loki in. Next turn, I'll probably just go Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and we Savine. They didn't seem to have a removal spell because they couldn't kill Loki. Also, a bunch of their removal, like Lightning Strike, is not going to kill Spider-Woman on its own. But if they do attack with everything, I'll actually just take the 5 again, because I'm about to get counters online and cards that I don't mind blocking with. Like, I do not care about blocking with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And basically now the goal is just to have we saving A up forever. All right. Are we attacking? Okay, snap, no blocks. There's just absolutely no way I'm going to play into another helicarrier strike here. Yes, I go a little bit low, but hopefully I'm about to get cards that I don't mind blocking with. I guess I could have saved Loki to block like Misty Knight because I don't have an obvious way of turning Loki on. Probably I play Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then attack with just Spider-Woman. Maybe at this point I attack with just Loki, get a little bit more damage in. And if they have a plan for killing Spider-Woman, I can always we saving nay whatever they're going to do. If they do attack again. Brave Brawler was a nice draw as well. Destroy target creature and opponent controls that dealt damage this turn. Oh, that was their plan. Okay, well, let's just counter that. Let's just counter that. Too bad it doesn't trigger Loki. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to save the counter for if they have a bomb, but I'm kind of protecting my bomb, right? And I'm not exactly like so afraid of Iron Fist. Oh, that's kind of a bomb. Okay. Okay, maybe I should have let Red Guardian resolve. I don't know. It's possible that I was not disciplined enough there. Double all damage equipped creature would deal. Discard, it deals 2 to each creature. So double all damage equipped creature would deal is the thing I'm supposed to be afraid of here. Okay, well, hey, let's go ahead and play Justice. Targeting probably just Misty. So this is when you cast a spell that targets a creature you control. Yeah, let's just bounce Misty. Draw a card. Ooh, Night Nurse is a good one. Heck yeah. So I could go in with Loki and then play Night Nurse. Player or permanent. Oh, so it could be a permanent from the graveyard, I guess. Okay, well then let's not do that. So then I probably just don't want to attack, I think. Is that right? Yeah, I probably just don't want to attack because I think I don't want to target Loki with Night Nurse. They might just equip Thor, or it might just equip Mjolnir, I mean. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It has to be equipped to, I always forget this. Legendary non-villain. That's red and or white. You are not legendary. You're a legendary non-villain. Okay. So they might just stick it on Iron Fist then. Gotcha. I gotcha. So does Night Nurse trigger Loki? I think so. It's a permanent becoming the target of an ability I control. Okay, when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get to copy it and choose new targets. Okay. Okay, so they're going to tap... No, not quite tap down. Well, I am just going to double block Iron Fist. Okay. Oh. That's kind of annoying. I actually somehow didn't realize. I somehow did not realize that that could happen. That they could just not do anything. But let's go ahead and web up that guy. Then... Oh, this is kind of nutty. Do I want to go ahead and do the shield spy kit thing? Kind of seems good to start scrying. And they cannot equip Mjolnir onto Loki. I kind of want to just keep up Night Nurse forever, but I also kind of just want to play my lifelinker. What do I do? I think it's worth doing. Well, actually, Shield Spy Kit will trigger Loki, right? That's a target of an ability. So let's just go in with Justice for 3 and hold up Night Nurse. I think keeping up Night Nurse is just a good way to play because it also has lifelink, so I would like to get that onto the battlefield. I think my deck is actually not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. Maybe I used my counter prematurely, but I don't think so. Mjolnir actually, knock on wood, we'll see what they have. Might be worse than just a 2/2. Also, if they can somehow get rid of Web Up, which I think is implausible, it's nice to have Night Nurse to be able to get that back. All right, go ahead and play Shield Spy Kit. Stick it on the Justice. It's going to make sure that this interaction works. I haven't seen it happen, but yeah, it seems like it should. So now every turn I get to pay 1 draw card off of Loki. It's pretty good. Ooh, another Night Nurse. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Go ahead and play the land. Oh, what do you have? When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell. So you have a lightning strike, I guess? Something like that? That would be annoying. Yeah, copy lightning strike. Okay. That's a little tedious for me. Copying it onto Loki. Okay, well, that certainly happens. I think I probably want Loki back more than I want Justice back. Do I attack here? Probably not. I think it holds back more damage than it does. So then I'll play Night Nurse, grab Loki, because I'm not going to be blocking with Loki. Yeah, grab Loki and recast Loki. Maybe they can kill it again. That would be annoying. But it's not like my game plan is all Loki all the time. Like, Atuma plus Shield Spy Kid's going to be pretty good. Brave Brawler is going to be a 4/3 lifelinker. But they do have a lot of cards left, and they were mana screwed for a long time. So I'm scared that they have like a Fin Fang Foom or something. Would love to get another removal spell. That's really what I want to start digging for with Shield Spy Kit. Yeah, Loki plus Lightning Strike is definitely a nasty combination. Hopefully, even if they kill Loki here, hopefully now I get to start doing lifelink damage. Also, Night Nurse is a loop, by the way. So if I get to untap and hold up a Night Nurse, Super Soldier Shiram. Well, hey, maybe I'm going to learn why I shouldn't have been, talking down about this card. Oh, wow. So you double all the damage that it does? Okay, well, I'll just chump that. Wow, that's really bad for me. Vigilance, First Strike, double all the damage. Okay, well, now I really need to find a removal spell. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to take 8. Wow, that's a nice little synergy. Super Soldier Shiram plus Mjolnir. So this is how I lose this game, huh? Yeah, can I get a removal spell, please? Okay, Ghost could be good, I guess. So the fact that Night Nurse is a loop is probably how I'm getting out of this one. So let's go ahead and equip this to Night Nurse, I guess. Falcon's Wing. +1 flying and ward 1. So I can put this on Loki and start attacking, I guess. Attach it to a creature you control. I mean, I probably just want to go Ghost. Then I'm going to block their Kunlun Warrior with my Night Nurse. And then I'm going to Night Nurse bringing back Night Nurse. I think that's the plan. So actually what I want is a good blocker. So maybe I play the Brave Brawler to be able to block like Misty if it attacks. That actually probably sounds better. You know, I guess I could also play Falcon's Wing Harness. No. Tricky. I mean, my plan for dealing with this Kunlun Warrior is simply to loop Night Nurses. I guess I could attack with this Night Nurse to get to draw a card. Okay, maybe that's what I do. Attack with the Night... Give the Night Nurse flying. Attack with it to get to draw a card. It untaps. Then I gain 4 from... Or to get to Surveil, I mean. This is a good plan. This is a good plan. I like this plan. Because Shield Spy Kit untaps it, this lets me put on pressure and gain HP. Scry into... Yeah, I don't think... Actually, We Saving Nay is probably good here. Because I'm not, like, dead on board. I'm not dead on board. I mean, I really want something to deal with the Kunlun Warrior that's in front of me. But the reason that I want to do it this way is I can just, like, keep blocking and keep cycling things. Keep cycling Night Nurses. Right? These make a loop together. And if they can't interrupt that loop, then I'm fine. So I think the counter is actually just good, even though it seems a little weird. And then because the Night Nurse is not long for this world, I think I might as well just equip this to Loki. I'm not going to be blocking with Loki, though. I'm going to be chumping the Kunlun Warrior. We'll see if they have, like, Fin Fang Foom or something, though. That would be disappointing. All right, pass. I assume, yep, they attack with everything. Yeah. Resolve. Go to blocks. So actually, this would actually gain me 6 and kill Misty. So maybe I actually take the 10, gain 3, prevent 3. That's probably better than just chumping Kunlun Warrior. They could have, like, give target creature double strike, and then they also double all the damage that it deals. Yeah, maybe I want to just play around that, actually. I think I just want to play around whatever trick they might have. I don't want to get double striked here. There's a double strike trick that they could have had there. So I think I'll just take the 5 and just prevent silly shenanigans from happening. They may be thinking about double striking right now. All right, go to 9. This is so funny. This is really funny. Okay, next turn I'm going to have We Say the Nay online, so this is their window to cast a bomb. This is their bomb casting window. 3 commandos. I think I can have more than 3 toughness, more than 2 toughness. So if they also have some prowess, oh, they were thinking about equipping something to it. Equipping the equipment to it. They can't do that though, can they? +2/+2 first strike. Okay, they could make it double its damage. Okay, so anyway, so now I go put this on here. Actually, let's do it this way. I'm gonna put this on here to draw my card first. See what we get. Okay, a land is actually nice, right? Because then I can go. Then if I do this, I'm gonna have to choose between Night Nurse and We Say the Nay. Next, in with the Night Nurse, untap it. I don't think I want the land. Actually, maybe land is just good. I don't really need a removal spell, right? Yeah, I think land is just good, actually. I'm going to keep that on top after some thinking. Now, if they get a prowess trigger here, I could be in trouble. Definitely. Because I can't counter the whole prowess situation. All right, do you have an instant or sorcery that you can get prowess trigger on? I'm thinking they might have the double strike trick. They seem to be thinking. Maybe it's lightning strike. No, okay. All right. Yeah. And now we're just looping Night Nurses. I guess I could have moved the spy kit again, but actually I think that was a mistake. Moving the spy kit. No, I wanted to draw the card. I would have wanted to move it anyways. No, because I would have drawn it. No. It was a different Night Nurse that had the spy kit on it last time. I was debating whether moving it to Loki was a blunder, but actually I think it didn't matter. This is so funny. I don't know what's going to happen this game, but whatever it is, it's funny. I'm going to have a very high bar for casting We Say the Nay. Because I assume they're attacking with everything again, and I'm just going to try to do my Night Nurse loop. This is so funny. I love this. Look, if I can land Ghost or Wakandan Drone Flock, I'm feeling extra good about this game. Pass to blockers. So now the question is, I mean, honestly, maybe I just take this. If they have the give something double strike, oh, they could copy give something double strike, and then I just straight up lose, right? I think I'm supposed to block. I don't want to just lose to, like, a simple combat trick. That sounds pretty bad. All right, if you have, like, Fin Fang Foom, I'm countering. Anything else, I'm going to get back my Night Nurse. What an interesting game. Okay, Living Weapon. That's got to be just fine, right? Deals its damage equal to its power to any other target. Yeah, that's not worth interrupting my Night Nurse loop. All right, go ahead and play my Night Nurse. I do wonder if they have something. Oh, they're thinking about maybe activating their Misty, I guess. All right, Night Nurse comes back. This is so funny. This is Magic cards, right? This is awesome. However this game turns out, like, GG to my opponent. Super fun game. All right, so definitely I'm going to put this on. Draw a card. This is so good. How many cards do I have in hand now? Play a land. Put the harness on. And then I'm probably just not doing anything else with my turn because I want to have Night Nurse plus We Say the Nay up. In with the Nurse. Okay, I don't think I want Panther Pounce. Yeah, so now I have Night Nurse plus We Saving A, plus I actually also have Ghost. The only thing is, do I just play Brave Brawler? Like, I don't need to do the whole Night Nurse thing. I could just keep my Night Nurse out there, let the Brave Brawler take the hit, and then I get to hold up We Saving A and not have to... And I can, like, basically what that buys me is I can hold something else back. Because I could, like, block whatever else they attack me with. But I'm at 17 now. I don't I don't think I care that much. Right? I also could flash in a Ghost. This is awesome. This is an awesome game of Magic. Yeah. I mean, look, at this point, I could even just take the Kunlun Warrior hit. If they give it double strike and double all of its damage, it's 16. I wouldn't even be straight up dead to that. So if I block something else with Night Nurse, I'm actually kind of safe. Night Nurse, such a good card when you have two of them. This is pretty fun. Oh, their deck is sweet. Their deck is sweet. Like, they're absolutely going toe-to-toe with me. They could still win, definitely. Definitely. I'm sure they could still win. They have something in their hand, something that matters, because they have not been cycling with Misty Knight even once this game. So now do I just take it? Probably not. I think maybe this time I'm going to block Misty Knight. There's no downside to that, right? As far as I can tell. Just go ahead and block Misty Knight. So they could do 8 damage to me. I just kind of like the idea of doing a little bit of crowd control and actually gaining some HP. I'm at 21. I don't know. There probably are combinations in the set that could kill me. But also I have a counter spell. It would be nice not to have to spend all of my mana next turn, but I don't think that I'm supposed to take everything. So no matter what, Night Nurse is going to the graveyard. So let's just block like that. Okay. That was their first strike damage. I'm at 9. Gain 4, go back up to 13. Have a Night Nurse face up. This is when you cast a spell that targets a creature you control. Resolve that. Oh, are you going to be able to... Okay. All right, go ahead and grab my Night Nurse back. It's so good. Okay, so they do have something here. They have something to they're going to target me or target Loki or what? You Blazing Crescendo that guy. So I'll... In a heartbeat, you get to copy it. You get to copy it. So let's let the copy resolve, I guess, and see what they get out of that. It's interesting that they're doing all of this now because... Oh, that's probably what I'm going to want to counter. Hold on. So Iron Fist is going to be able to shoot down this Night Nurse. Then I can play a different Night Nurse. Yeah, wow. They might have found a really nice line here. So Night Nurse is going to land. This can only deal damage to one card, though. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm supposed to We Saving Nay. Because then this thing taps down, kills something. Then I give something else flying, whatever they don't kill. If they find, like, Lightning Strike off of this Blazing Crescendo, then I could lose. So do I have the win face up here? If I do, I need to counter this Blazing Crescendo to prevent them from finding it out. Night Nurse is... So Iron Fist is going to be able to deal its damage to any other target. So it can deal 5 to me, for example. It could deal 8 to me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and counter the Blazing Crescendo with Teamwork. Because now it can deal damage. Oh, it could deal double damage to my face if this Blazing Crescendo resolves and I would die. They actually found a lethal line. That's so cool. They actually found a straight up lethal line by re-equipping the Mjolnir. And it could have dealt 16 to my face. Wow, good job by my opponent. Also, is it just me? I think I might have played this person yesterday in my first game. I'll have to go back and check. It might not be this person. But good job by my opponent. Holy cow. They literally found a straight up lethal line. They could have dealt... Okay, and there's my web up. You cannot cast anything that targets anything you control. I'm just gonna... I know it's like... Feels like it can be bad manners when you have an opponent dead to just sit there and think for a long time. But I really want to be certain. They don't have any way of dealing any damage to anything. Okay. All right. Looking good. Almost decking myself here. All right, in for 4. What a good game of Magic cards. GG, Veil87. So they found a line where they could copy... They move Mjolnir onto Iron Fist, copy the Blazing Crescendo to make Iron Fist have 8 power. Then it can deal damage equal to its power to any target, and all damage it deals is doubled. So it would deal 16 damage to my face when I'm at 13. And that line was only possible because I decided to chump. I decided to block the 3-1 instead of chumping the 8 damage. So that put me to 21, but then I took 8 going to 13, and they had 16 damage possible. If I had blocked the 8 power, the 8 damage, and let the 3 damage through, I would have been at 16. Oh, it would have been exactly lethal. Right? The difference is 5 damage. Oh, no. No, yeah, sorry. I would have been at 18, right? No, because I wouldn't have gained the 4. No. I'm correct. I would not have gained the 4. Yeah. So actually, they found a line where... Because I actually gained 4, took 8. Instead of gaining 0, taking 3. Okay. So the difference was only 1 HP. What I'm reasoning is they actually found that lethal line like many turns ago. That's why they weren't discarding their card with the 3-1. So that person really calculated. Huge kudos to that opponent. That was good Magic cards. Super fun. And by the way, my Boros deck would not have gotten out of that scrape. So that to me is like 0.1 for Azorius. Awesome Magic cards. GG. All right, but we are 1-0 and going on to the next one. All right, I feel pretty positive about this hand. It feels like I have a lot of options, a lot to do. I have some removal, I have some creatures. I do eventually... Oh, I have a Night Nurse loop again. I do eventually need to get, like, you know, more than 2 lands. Okay, Captain America's Shield. It could be a little bit tedious to play against, but I can always web up it if I really need to. They do also need to draw a creature, and it costs 2 to equip. So maybe I can just put some pressure on them. Maybe I can just put some pressure on them. All right, they got their other color. And playing Agent 13. I do wonder if I'm supposed to just kill that thing. So basically what's going to happen here is Agent 13 gets to attack, investigate, tap my Agent of Atlas, and anyways, it's a 3/10. Oh, and Vigilance. So Helicarrier Strike looking really bad. I could always web up Captain America's Shield instead. Ugh, it's already got so awkward. I really don't want them to just be sitting there investigating all day, every day. So I think I'd probably rather web up Agent 13 than web up Captain America. Especially because I have a Ghost. It feels so bad to web up something that's not a bomb, but this just turns everything into a bomb. I'm gonna do it. I just feel like Agent 13 is kind of a bomb, actually. It's awkward. It's definitely awkward. Feels kind of bad to have already used my web up. But I have a lot of... Every card that I have now wants to play on their turn. I just don't want to be... I just don't want them to be investigating every single turn, right? Okay, I think I am going to land cycle the burrow back up. So they're going to get to attack for a chunk of damage every turn now, which might mean that I want to play Ghost. I think burrow backup is really bad for me. And I need to be hitting at least that land drop. Okay, yeah, burrow backup is really bad because they have a 2/4. So let's land cycle this. Go ahead and get a plains. Play the plains. And then I can't imagine... I mean, I guess I can attack with Agent of Atlas because then I can Helicarrier strike their Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's actually probably good because next turn they might just... Next turn, Helicarrier strike doesn't even kill that. The only thing is... No, I would have to... No, I would not have to Teamwork it because I give it prowess so it survives the combat. I think we can just get in here. It does tap me off of Counterspell, but I just don't think... I just didn't think that they were gonna... I just did not think that they were gonna block that. Okay, what does this do? So you can sacrifice an equipment to give something -4/-4, basically, is the net effect of this. If it ever gets into blocking, I can Helicarrier strike it. Yep. Put that thing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And you get to attack for 3. And there's nothing I can do about it. Sure. Okay, yeah. That was a little awkward. I mean, I wish I'd drawn a better card than burrow back up, clearly, but... Okay, Vance is... or Justice is actually good, right? Pay 2, add 1 mana of any color, and you can cast equipments. Wow, I'm just so choked on lands. I can't even block and play Night Nurse. Night Nurse is horrible here. I am so choked on lands. So maybe I just want to bounce Ronin, but then I can't counter it when they recast it, and it doesn't let me attack. I guess it does let me play a flyer. It taps me off of my counter, but I have nothing to do for 2 mana. So yeah, let's just bounce Ronin, I think. I think this makes sense. Kind of puts me in the driver's seat in terms of getting to attack. I guess Ghost is also pretty good in that regard. I mean, I'm just so stuck with cards in hand because I'm not drawing lands. I wonder if they have -2/-2 here. Kind of looks like it. This is their moment to do stuff because I'm so tapped down. I guess I could also bounce Captain America's shield instead of bouncing Ronin and then attack with the Agent of Atlas. But it's easier for them to recast, probably, the Captain America's shield than Ronin. Oh, I wonder what they have. I mean, I have a lot of options in my hand. I think I just need to stay in control of my life total. That's the crucial thing. Could also bounce Web Up and Web Up something else if I wanted to. That's like a possibility if I do get Night Nurse online at some point. I think looping Night Nurse is a good way to stay alive, right? The only thing is... I have to play it after the attack trigger so that they can't target Night Nurse. So I'll go ahead and bounce Ronin. And no attacks and end. All right, it looks like my opponent passed to attackers. All right, in they go for 3. I choose to take the 3. I'm brave enough to do it. Yeah, Captain America's shield, pretty annoying. It's a pretty annoying card to play against. I'll give you that much. Then I assume they recast Ronin. We'll see, though. They also got a second white last turn, but it didn't unlock anything in their hand. Okay, that is a land. We like to see lands. I think it's pretty simple. Just go in with Justice. I'm not going to get to block with Justice, so... Basically, I'm just trying to win off of evasive damage at this point. And yeah, I'm holding up flashing in Ghost and playing Wisadine. Flashing Ghost at the end of their turn is definitely the idea here. What is this? What is this? Kingpin's Enforcers. Let me think about this for a second. I might just want to counter that. Actually, if it gets into combat, I can always Helicarrier strike it. So I think let's exercise some restraint here and not counter it. The only thing is I do want to use my mana. I'm making it so obvious that I have a counter. I don't know. I kind of also want to Helicarrier strike Ronin. So let's counter the Kingpin's Enforcers. This, again, I do feel like I'm really not using a lot of discretion in how I'm spending my counters. So I might be getting a little bit over eager. Agent Maria Hill. But I just don't get the impression that they have a lot. Like, they drew 5, that didn't let them... They drew a 5th land, that didn't let them play a 5-drop. They drew a 6th land, that didn't let them play a 6-drop. So they could be trying to bait something out of my hand here. Okay, so you'll tap that. Now the question is, I could play Night Nurse, tap it for the teamwork cost to kill Ronin. Is that better? I kind of do want to land a Night Nurse, honestly, even though it's a little wasteful. So let's resolve that trigger. Play the Night Nurse. Even though it's a little wasteful, having a Night Nurse out means that I start getting to have some combats that involve Night Nurse. Okay. And then I'm going to Helicarrier strike the Ronin. I'm just trying to use all my resources because everything was stuck in my hand for so long. Hopefully they can't kill my Night Nurse here and destroy the loop. That would be really unfortunate. Oh, take up the shield, giving it indestructible and lifelink. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate for me. Well, okay, but I have like a lot of chump blocks from now on because of my Night Nurse loop. And now we're going to get all of our lands, obviously. Okay, now I do have a minor problem looping Night Nurse, which is they might just choose to tap down Night Nurse. In which case I can't block with it. So I could attack with Night Nurse here and try to get them to block, then play my Night Nurse, but that just gives them the info. They're going to start tapping down Night Nurse next turn, so I'm going to have to start doing that next turn. Let's see if we can't snap up an Agent Maria Hill before they know that that's the plan. And I think I do just play the land. Yeah, this is awkward. Like, I drew my lands and my spells all in the wrong order. I would like a Loki here. That would be nice. Okay, so let's see if they do tap the Night Nurse. I'm guessing they're going to tap Agent of Atlas. That's the thing that you probably should do, just not knowing anything about what's going on. For the simple reason that it's the worst card, so it's the one that you would rather I block with. It's the one you would rather I don't block with. Okay, go to damage. All right, gain 2, take 2. They don't get their Agents of Shield activation. Flash in a Night Nurse. Bring back my Night Nurse. It begins. Flash in Ghost. Oh, hey there, Falcon. Okay. Do I survive if I start attacking with this? So, for example, I can play Falcon, put it on the Agent of Atlas. No, I probably need to gain the lifelink from Night Nurse, right? So Falcon, put it on Night Nurse. I'm going to gain 3 going to 11. I'm almost certain that's a race that I'm winning, but let's just be sure. So I play the Falcon, put it on Night Nurse, attack for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, putting them to 6. I'm going to gain 3 going to 11. They can deal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage next turn. But I can always block. Oh no, they're going to tap down my Agent of Atlas, but then they're dead the turn after that. I can also flash in a Night Nurse. The other option is just put this on Agent of Atlas for an extra damage. That'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do not think that's worth doing. I'd rather have the extra life as a buffer here. So yep, in with these 3. I'm being very aggressive. The other thing is I can always flash in Night Nurse. Let me actually think this through for a second. I think I don't re-equip that because then I cannot flash in Night Nurse. Worst case scenario, they attack with everything, tap down the Agent of Atlas. I flash in Night Nurse. I have to sacrifice 1 to the Legend rule. So I think I lose my loop if I do that, but it's a way to stay alive. Yeah. Okay, maybe I played that slightly wrong and I was supposed to equip to Agent of Atlas, play the Night Nurse. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm actually not sure in what order that happens. Do I sacrifice to the Legend rule first, or does the Enters ability trigger first? I wonder if I get to choose the order. I'm also a little worried about a world where they just kill Night Nurse with Ronin. I wonder. Yeah, it looks like they might be trying to kill my Night Nurse. Or they're just going to attack with Ronin, tap down Agent of Atlas. Okay. Interesting. So they have something. They have something here, folks. I'm here to tell you. Okay, so they can do 5 to me. I'll take that. All right. Can give something -4, -4. Whatever you give -4, -4 to, I'm going to bring back with the Night Nurse. It's the thing. Oh, maybe I actually won't. Yeah, I'm one short, right? Because I get to kill a non-Night Nurse card here. Yeah, the whole Night Nurse loop thing looking pretty awkward, actually. Okay, let me think for a second about this. I don't think the Night Nurse loop is actually important. So do I want to just play my Night Nurse, get back Ghost, because I can also flash it in as a blocker? I think that's worth being a little bit wasteful. Let's see how this works. I do choose to play this. I'm going to have to spend 1, 2, 3 equipping. Then I cannot, like... I can also cast Ghost if I do this. So I think this is right. So I keep this, but I still get the Enters trigger, right? This is me not knowing exactly how the Legend rule works, but I can bring back the Night Nurse and recast it. That's really funny. Yeah, so I'll take Ghost. Basically just discarding Night Nurse from my hand to get a copy of Ghost in there. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah, just cannot get that extra damage. Bonk, bonk. Re-equip, I guess, to have a bigger blocker. And give it ward, but that probably doesn't matter. And end. Well, let's see. Let's see if this was enough. I got them down to 1 HP. Let's see if this was enough. If they drew Captain Marvel, I'm going to lose it. +2 for each equipment. Bring it back to the battlefield with a finality counter. Okay, I think that's fine. Pass. They don't get to tap any of my stuff down anymore. It gets +1/+1. I'm probably safe to just take this, but do I just block just to be, like, really safe? What could they have that does plus... Is there something that does +4/+4? I'm going to go in the tank for a moment. I mean, I don't know what I'm playing around here, but I'm just going to block it because I have 3 different ways to win next turn. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that felt like a bluff. That definitely felt like a bluff. All right, wow, it's been so hard fought. Every single game has gotten so close, but I think that's just because I'm playing a scrappy deck. I don't think it's a signal that the deck is, like, inherently bad in some way. Just going to take another look at it. My draws kind of turned out fine. I just needed to unlock what was in my hand and then not get flooded. Burrow Backup was really nice for that. Yeah. I don't wish that I were playing Vibranium Energy Daggers. I mean, I guess I could play, like, 1 Surveillance Room. I guess I got a little choked on lands, so 16 maybe was a little ambitious, but at the same time, the Burrow Backup did its job of getting me my extra land, and I really needed to also not flood out at the end there. So, feels like it's about right. No, tough games. All right, well, 2-0. On to the next one. Seriously, figuring out when and how to play Night Nurse, the Night Nurse loop is just like cooking me mentally. All right, what have we got? Helicarrier Strike, Panther Pounce, Agents of Shield. It's a weak one, but I think I'll immediately just Panther Pounce myself. I have a lot of removal. I have a creature. I have both of my colors. Can't I? Hold on. Oh, there has to be a creature to target. Of course. Okay, yeah. Got it. If my opponent had played a creature, then I would have gotten to Panther Pounce and cycle it. I'm gonna not Panther Pounce here, I think. It's no longer as efficient. Oh, hey, Justice. Appreciate you showing up. Yep, that was nice of you. Oh, mana warring it up. Brutal. All right. So Helicarrier Strike will do good work against Patriot potentially, but if Patriot isn't the one that attacks or blocks, this kind of blanks the combat trick. Oof. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe 16 is wrong. Maybe I should be on 17. This is game number 2 in a row of getting choked on lands. So yeah, I should probably go to 17. Of course, the moment that I do that, I'm going to get flooded, but what can you do? What can you do? At least I'm attacking for 3 in the air every turn until they do something about Justice. I wonder if Stark Industries Executive is there just as a fast creature, or if it means that they're actually aggro. Wow. Brutal. Okay, so we have a few different options. I can say I don't really care about your aggro because I have an Agents of Shield to block with. They can get pretty aggressive against me, but what if I just play the Wakanda Drone Flock? My other option is Frozen and Ice their Patriot, perhaps? Or maybe it's probably Frozen and Ice Okoye. Of course, that does leave it alive. I kind of want to Helicarrier Strike that Okoye. The problem is Helicarrier Strike doesn't work if it already has Hexproof. But how much do I care about them getting in the 5 damage? So it's Frozen and Ice plus Helicarrier Strike versus Wakandan Drone Flock. Kind of feel like just building my own board, honestly. The only problem is Wakandan Drone Flock is so bad against Lightning Strike. Okay, well, I'm going to start by attacking. In for 3. I kind of want to keep the combat trick up. So then, do I get rid of Patriot or do I get rid of Okoye? I actually think it's Patriot. I kind of think that guy makes Helicarrier Strike so awkward. I think this is better than just playing out Wakandan Drone Flock. Like, if they have a Lightning Strike, I really want them to use it on Justice. Are they going to kill Agents of Shield? Yeah, that's awkward. Because that's holding back everything. But this does let me Helicarrier Strike Okoye, which would reduce it to 3 damage if this resolves. Okay. Yeah, bring it down to 3 damage is pretty good. Keeps me in the driver's seat. Raft Security Officer. Yeah, that's some good card control against me. And now I draw a land. So maybe I should have been... Maybe 16 is right. And maybe I should have surveilled or scryed earlier. So I'm going to scry. I think Ghost is good. Is Aerial Doombot good? It actually could be. I have a lot of evasive damage. I think I'm just attacking so they can spend their turn tapping my Wakandan Drone Flock if they want to get an extra damage in. But I am the aggressor here. Is this a good idea? Play Ghost. I have Panther Pounce, so I can push extra damage. I have them on a pretty short clock. I think Ghost looks good. I think the Doombot looks a little bit too weak. And I am going to attack with this, even though technically it lets them get more damage in. I kind of wish I had another white source. If they spend their turn tapping Wakandan Drone Flock and going in for damage, then I'm feeling pretty good, if that's the best thing that they can do. Web up. Okay, I can just web up your web up. Web up the web up. It's not like the greatest turn anyone ever had. Oh, they're not going to let me attack. Okay. All right. Let's see if they let me go to attacks. They will not. They will tap it with the Raft Security Officer. If you want to be fancy, you could make a treasure and then use the treasure. No, actually you can't. Sorry. I'm misrepresenting the board state. My bad. Don't call a judge. All right, I'm going to web up that web up. Because I want that Wakandan drone flock. Thank you. Oh, those are both pretty good. Wow, Loki got pretty awkward here, huh? I mean, I still think I take it. 2, 3, 4 for the merfolk. Yeah, I mean, the merfolk is good, right? I still think I'm supposed to draw Loki. It's pretty awkward on this board. I don't have anything that targets it. Are you all gonna hate me if I put Loki on the bottom? I think I might be supposed to. I don't have any abilities that target anything. How many do I have left in my deck? Like, how many could I draw after this? I mean, my equipments, another web up. That's kind of it. If I put it on the bottom, that guarantees that I'm going to draw an equipment, but I think a 1 toughness creature here is pretty bad. I would rather even just have like a plains, probably. At this point, I'm getting into trouble, frankly. Yeah, exactly. We're getting... Yeah, that's so bad for me. We are getting to the point where I'm actually like massively losing this race. So I will attack because you can always just tap this down, right? Do I attack? They're gonna next turn probably make Abomination bigger and probably hit Atama. The Abomination is crushing for me. I think I need to just be as fast as possible. Do I play Atama or am I going to go for Ghost? No. No. I think I just play Atama. End. Oh yeah, this is really bad. They just play a land, activate Abomination. At least then they can't also attack. They can get a treasure if they don't have the extra land. I have 6, 7, 8, 9 damage here. So if I can land Ghost and attack with it, okay. Another land. Okay, well, I guess a plains, I was saying that a plains was good. Maybe it's not really. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Do you have a removal spell for it? You don't have anything face up. You do not have enough mana to activate that. They can, yes, they can tap it with the Raft Security Officer. So maybe that was clumsy of me, because that's the one that they would have tapped anyways. So I probably should have put the counter, probably should have targeted, I should have made them make their decision first, I guess, is what that means. Another land. Oh man, that's disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah. Well, we still have a hope of winning. We'll see what they decide to kill here. I guess I should have saved the Panther Pounce for another turn, and I definitely put it on the wrong creature. Because I could have got 1 more damage by doing that, potentially. Oh, Raft Security Officer is so good for them. If they do spend their turn leveling up Abomination, and they don't hit a flyer, then I might actually win. We'll see. All right, we can go to attackers. I think it's worth getting Ghost into combat. Oh, they can just level this up to fight me at the end of turn. So they're probably going to do that before damage. So let's ask them to do that. I don't want them to just get to fight Ghost. I don't want them to have that information. Creatures you control get plus almost 0. So 1, 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this will be lethal. Yeah, I think I just lost. Because this has trample. And we're at damage stage. Yeah, I straight up just lost. Well, nothing I did mattered. Like, Abomination was going to fight this down. Are we at the declare blocker stage? I think it's too late for this, but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think it's too late for it. Oh, do you also have Lightning Strike or something? I think I passed through declare blockers, didn't I? Did I? Let's see. Yeah, I did. So if I'd played that before declare blockers, they would have just leveled up Abomination, not had to play the pump spell, and killed me, right? So good for them. I mean, Basically what killed me, I would say, was just kind of awkward lands. Like, I couldn't double spell my white cards. I couldn't, and then I sort of flooded. Like, I didn't have enough lands, and then I had too many lands. I feel like my deck had a really good shot against them. I guess I also sequenced slightly wrong, but they just kind of had me either way when I did the Panther Pounce. I could have got one more damage, but that wasn't the game. That's not what the game hinged on. So, too bad to drop one. It was against a really good deck. You know, they just curved out and beat down. They had, like, all the tricks they needed. So, can't feel too bad about that. But I do feel like I was really close to winning that one. I just needed one more good attack. Okoye is also just such a messed up card. Like, that did a lot of work for them. I am going to run this guy out. I mean, yeah, maybe they go Swamp into Widow's Bite or whatever, kill it. Mountain into Lightning Strike. But if they don't do that, then I feel like I'm looking really good. Yeah, this is looking good. So now I go ahead. I'm going to play the Falcon Wings Harness. Pop it on Loki. Get myself a card back, so I've already been reimbursed. Hold up Helicarrier Strike. It's looking pretty good. What does this do? So when a non-token artifact you control enters, you may pay 1, or you may pay 2. If you do, make a token that's a copy of it. If the token isn't a creature, it becomes a robot villain creature in addition to its other types. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I've seen that card, but I last saw it at, like, pre-release, I think. Okay, so I think entirely for the purpose... So this is not like a card where its body matters. So there is an argument for just leave it alone. Like, don't play Spider-Woman here. The situation in which I would regret playing Spider-Woman is if I get... But basically at the same time, Spider-Woman activating Loki. Well, Spider-Woman has Flash and so does Ghost. So let's just, on that logic, not do anything. Maybe they'll play a better target at the end of their next turn. I mean, Ghost plus Aerial Doombot is kind of nice because it just represents a lot of evasive damage. But the thing about Spider-Woman is tap your thing, draw a card is so good. That's just such a good effect. But I'm gonna leave the equity of playing Aerial Doombot this turn on the table in order to just get a little bit more information about what's happening here. I'll let that resolve. It does actually let you make a copy of it, which I assume is what's gonna happen here. Okay, so that's just fine. Before we get into combat, though, I'm going to go ahead and play Spider-Woman. And I'll lock down Ultron and draw a card. Yeah, lock your thing down, draw a card just felt strong. Oh, Trickster's Stratagem is nice. So probably play the land. Trickster's Stratagem first on the token. And have Spider-Woman connive, I guess. Sounds good. I mean, Spider-Woman is a target, but Loki is also a target, so... Here, I don't need the counter so much. I'll just pitch the land. Next, in for 4. And then go ahead and play an Aerial Doombot. They do have a flying blocker, though. Now. Well, depending on whether they can crew 4. They need to find something that lets them crew 4. So the other thing that I can do now is start moving my equipment around the place. When a non-token hero you control enters, choose one. Oh, that's... Web Up is really good here. So rather than moving equipment around, I can Web Up. The thing I have to be careful of is the Quinjet can go online. So basically, okay. When a non-token hero enters, choose one, make a 1/1, or creatures you control get +1/+1. The thing that I can probably do is first attack with the Doombot. They'll crew the Quinjet, and they could force me into blocking. That would be really annoying. Or no, because if I get to kill that, I'm not as afraid of this guy anymore. So I think I play the land, go in with the Doombot. They're probably not going to crew, and I'll just let it be 1 damage. Then I'm going to play Web Up, draw a card. Because if I Web Up first, they're going to crew the Quinjet, and then I can't threat. I don't have the threat of activation anymore. So doing it this way was worth an extra damage. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of Black Panther. Draw a card. Okay, Loki is pretty strong. Loki is a pretty strong card. And then we'll pass. And We Say Thee Nay is a fantastic draw here. Any creature that can save them, I can very likely just counter and be done with it. Viv. Yeah, let's just get rid of Viv Vision. I'll teamwork that. I think that's right. They don't seem to have another land. Counter unless you pay 4, and then I can get in for 3 for 6 damage next turn. Okay, Loki on 2 when they don't have a removal spell is pretty good. And you know what? Hey, we just took one of the worst collections of rares I've ever seen, and we turned it into a solid half of our gems back. So as much as I would have liked to win my last game, the game before last, hey, 1 loss, 3 wins, could be worse with such a pool. And my commons and uncommons are really good. Can I get a reimbursement, a refund for the cost of entry, and just try to roll a better pool next time? That's what's on the line in this next game. Let's go. By the way, while we're waiting for the next game to launch, let me say if you do like high stakes Magic and learning from our experiences in Magic, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel here on YouTube. When we have an event like this, I just jam as much of it as I can, pretty much. Okay, pretty sweet hand. As much as I can is not that much. I'm not someone who has time in my life to grind, like, you know, 4 of these a day or something. I mean, there are people who just spend all weekend playing them. I pretty much post what I'm able to do. What you see is what you get. All right. But I try to make as much time as I can for these events. So I'm gonna save the Night Nurse. I have the feeling today I've just beautiful lands, opponent. So nice. I have a feeling I've just been like a little bit wasteful with my material today, and I'm just gonna try to be a little bit more restrained here. See what they've got. I assume they're also holding up a We Say Thee Nay. That's my guess, but I have no reason to do anything. I suppose I could have spent the Panther Pounce, but again, like, why bother? What's the point of that? Opponent has a lot of lands. My weak spot is not having a lot of lands. I'll go in with Aerial Doombot. Do I play the Brave Brawler? I'm going to go with no. I think what I'm going to do is end of next turn, I will Panther Pounce just to cycle it. I guess I could have Panther Pounced here because I would still have We Say Thee Nay up. But yeah, definitely going to We Say Thee Nay that guy, right? This is the one that when it enters, you make a bird. I could Justice the bird, but I think just countering that is the move here, especially since my main plan is Aerial Doombot. Wow. I guess I just need to be playing 17 lands. The thing is I'm alternately getting flooded and screwed, so not much of a way to fix that. If sometimes you get flooded and sometimes you get screwed, not entirely clear what you're supposed to do differently. Okay. That's pretty good, actually. All right, I'll just go in with both, see what they've got. Supervillain Lockup. Okay, so, okay. I believe it checks on resolution. I haven't tried this yet, but someone mentioned this to me. Shout out to you, person who mentioned this. If they target it and then I untap my creature, I believe it checks on resolution. So it's no longer a valid target by the time that this gets untapped. That's what I think happens here. Let's see. Let's test this. Test this out. All right, not a valid target. Okay. Good. And then I can bounce their Shield Spike Hit. That kind of sounds good, right? Let's go ahead and do that, because again, they just don't seem to have that much going on. It's not the best thing in the world to bounce, but I think just playing out another flyer here is really good. I don't think there's a super obvious way that I get punished for that. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. That's the kind of thing I always say before I get punished. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maximum damage I'm representing if I have a land next turn. Iron Lad. That's a good one. You can look at the top card of your library at any time, reveal it, and if it's an artifact, you get to draw it. Okay, probably I just Helicarrier strike that guy and play Wakandan Droneflock first. So let's start with Wakandan Droneflock. It's going to be so obvious to them that I have Helicarrier strike, but I don't think that they can do much about it. Oh, okay. Okay, I think that's probably 2 good draws. Loki, so I still haven't tested this. I'm pretty sure Night Nurse does activate it. So yeah, let's keep those both on top. That seems really good. Go ahead and play a land in with the team. They'll block whatever, or maybe they just don't even block because I'm so obviously representing something. Yeah, fair enough. So this lets them draw an artifact if there's an artifact on top, like letting them untap with this guy. I think that's okay. Frozen and ice on the Wakandan drone flock. Oh, yeah, good for them. I didn't have time to activate the Helicarrier Strike, but okay, they put that on the bottom, which makes me feel happy. Trickster's Stratagem is not lethal. Frozen and Ice is not lethal. They actually have to block, right? Because it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, they have to block or they have to have something. Helicarrier Strike, though, doesn't do it anymore. If I attack with everything. Yeah, I guess I didn't think that through. I was supposed to probably Trickster's Stratagem before combat. No, that was clumsy. Well, I'll go in with these two. I mean, this at least holds back Iron Lad, though. All right, let's try it. I assume they have something, given that they blocked this turn, but they didn't block last turn. So what does this do? Exile a creature you control, then bring it back. Okay. Okay. So that guy goes away and comes back. It comes back at the end of the turn, so I can't even freeze it. Yeah. That's a little annoying. Do I draw a card and just play Loki? And then I can Trickster Stratagem and Frozen and Ice next turn? I don't think that one of my permanents is going to go to the graveyard. So yeah, let's go ahead and just do that. I mean, I could also... No, I can't Trickster Stratagem anything. So I think this was fine. So this thing crew 1, so they would be able to attack. That's okay. I'm at 22 HP. I think that's fine. So I'll go ahead and play Loki. Technically, if they can kill Loki here, I don't get to Night Nurse it, but I don't even have that many ways of activating or triggering Loki. It's not my most important card, probably. And this just puts 2 more damage potentially out there. Okay. Yeah, they are getting to dig a lot. A lot. This gets me an extra card. Saves me a draw step. Okay, Frozen and Ice. It loses all abilities, so I don't get to draw extra cards. So I think I'm just going to Trickster's Stratagem Iron Lad. They're going to crew up their shield. Then I can put a counter on Brave Brawler in attack, or maybe on Justice in attack. That might be better. I could also... Let's see, I could also Frozen and Ice, and then Night Nurse whatever dies here. That's actually probably better. Let's freeze this guy down. 2 can freeze something in ice. You're not the only one who has Frozen in Ices. Yeah, I kind of like the Night Nurse idea because it lets me attack for the maximum amount of damage without being wasteful with my material. I think that sounds better than everything else. And then save Trickster's Stratagem for whatever they find. Hopefully they don't find a Captain Marvel. That's my nightmare here. Flash and Lifelink is just such a scary thing for... Flash, Lifelink, Indestructible. It's just like the scariest card they could ever have printed, basically. Okay, go to damage. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And then let's go ahead and play the Night Nurse and bring back our Brave Brawler and see what they got. If it's Captain Marvel, I lose. Most other things, I'm probably pushing lethal here. I guess if they have any creature, they can crew up a blocker to one of my flyers. Then they just... I guess a lifelinker would keep them alive. A single flyer would not keep them alive. Yeah, let's see. All right. Okay, so hey, you know what? You didn't think I could do it when you saw those rares, but the commons and uncommons bailed us out, and some reasonably tight play. I was thinking, by the way, about that game that I lost. I could have Panther pounced the thing other than Namor and drawn. So I could have drawn an extra card by getting to attack with Namor. I had to pass to the attack step and let them tap something else down with Raft, which I don't know if they would have done. But if they did that, after they did that, but before declare attackers, I could have Panther pounced the Namor and then attacked with that, drawn a card. I had 3 untapped. If I had specifically drawn Web Up, or I think Web Up was the only one, then I could have Web Upped their Hulk, and then they wouldn't have been able to push for lethal or kill my unblockable creature. That, I think, is the line where I could have won. So that sequencing, I specifically had to draw Web Up. I think that was my only out, but I did have like a 1 in, 20 chance of getting that out, and I didn't play to it. So that's where, I think that's where I dropped equity today. But you know what? We basically got our gems back. That means I'm going to get to do another arenadirect because I budgeted for 2, and I've already got my gems back for this one. So let's see if we can't go even farther, make a profit. And by the way, in that last game, the discipline was good, like not spending the Panther Pounce early, because it literally saved a creature from supervillain lockup. This hand looks good as well. Shield Spy Kit can help me draw my stuff, hopefully. Turn 1, Shield Spy Kit. Turn 2, Agent of Atlas. Turn 3, worst case scenario, if you don't draw land, you suit up your Agent of Atlas and attack with the cover of Helicarrier Strike. So this is a good hand. If this hand doesn't do it, then, my deck doesn't have a lot of hands that would do it. It's not that I'm definitely going to win, just that, like, this hand gives me one of my best shots, I think. And drawing the 2 planes is good. Now I just need to use Shield Spy Kit to not draw too many more planes, please. Okay, yeah, hey. Night Nurse is looking good as well. So go ahead and pop this on the agent, and we're going to start scrying and untapping, and we're pretty happy. Yeah, happy to draw Wonder Woman, right? That looks good. That looks good. Especially with Night Nurse, like, if I end up saving that Night Nurse in the long run, saving a Spider-Woman with that would be pretty nice. I mean, this is definitely underusing my mana, the way that I just played this. But hey, if they find, like, a Lightning Strike here, I don't know if they would use it on Agent of Atlas. That's a risky move because of prowess. Maybe -4/-4. But I'm definitely not just going to, like, run this out. There's no reason to. All right, so in with the agent. Just fixing my draws, fixing my draws. Yeah, Justice is a great draw. I mean, I am kind of running up against not having enough lands. And the scrying or surveilling here is redundant. But yeah, just land a Wakandan Drone Flock. Hey, if they have a Lightning Strike, it got me value. Ghost. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Probably don't need an Aerial Doombot at this point. I think just getting another land would be better. But I still want to draw Justice, absolutely. That's a really good one. And by the way, Helicarrier Strike means that Agent of Atlas still gets to just keep attacking. So I can go Justice next turn, bounce anything, and then attack. Oh, I'll just take this. Absolutely no reason to get jealous of my life total here and start guarding it. I reveal a card. Maybe Night Nurse. I feel like Spider-Woman plus Frozen and Ice is a pretty nasty combo. Maybe I just get rid of the Helicarrier Strike. Actually, maybe it's Frozen and Ice. Helicarrier Strike is probably just better than Frozen and Ice on this board. And Spider-Woman is also better than Frozen and Ice. And I think Night Nurse is really good. So, yeah. It kind of sucks. Like, that's a really good card to get rid of. I guess the situation in which this would be really bad is if they get a few more lands and then play something really strong that I can't hit with the Helicarrier Strike. But I think this is a game about tempo. So I'm going to go in with both. I don't think they're going to block, so... Yeah, I go in with both. I don't need the scry as much at this point. Then I'm going to play Justice. And I think I just bounce Arnim Zola. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the unblockable. And then this kind of gives away, potentially, that I have something. But I don't think I re-equip the shield. This probably just straight up tells them that I have Helicarrier Strike. But yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to re-equip the shield. If they play, I don't know what. I don't know what would punish me for having thrown away Frozen and Ice. Super Adaptoid? Helicarrier Strike still deals with that. So it gets flying. Okay. Probably still just attack with everything. Are they going to attack? That would be bold. Ooh, web up. That's brutal. I think I just web up Super Adaptoid. Like, technically Helicarrier Strike deals with it, but don't I just want to deal the maximum of damage? I can web up. I could re-equip from Agent of Atlas, but I think that's greedy. I could re-equip this shield, but I think if I have the opportunity to just kill one of their creatures straight up, that's probably good. I think this is worth doing. Just save my guy. Yeah. All right. Hey, we made a gem profit. Well, that feels pretty good with this pool. Feels pretty good. All right. Just need 2 more wins. Cannot drop a game. But if I can get 2 more wins, I get a booster box mailed to my house. Let's go. All right, folks. This hand is looking really good. Same thing as last time. Turn 1 shield spy kit. Turn 2 a creature. The number of equipment is a little bit high. Would have liked maybe a land instead of one of those equipment. But ghost with a bunch of equipment could be worse, right? Stack up a ghost. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I probably do just put the spy kit and the Falcon Wings harness onto the Brave Brawler. The thing about it is I could put just the spy kit on, but that invites a trade. It doesn't develop my board so well, but I really do want to get attacking. Giving this thing ward, I mean, just like a 4/4 flying lifelinking ward vigilance is pretty good. Loki with this board, yes please. Yes please. Okay, let's see how this goes. I mean, ward is kind of brutal. They can't supervillain lock up it. All right, let's go, folks. Let's go. Let us go. Step 1, attack. I think I do want the land. So I drew Loki. That means that if I play Loki, equip, play the land, right? I don't think I'm hallucinating here. I didn't play my land yet, right? So play Loki. Equip the shield spy kit to Loki. Draw a card. Play my land. Okay, I'm glad I didn't hallucinate that. Play Aerial Doombot. Okay, I mean, this is about as good as I could do. So if they beat me, then, you know, all's fair. Okay, are you going to be able to kill my Brave Brawler? That's not my biggest fear on Earth. If they can beat me, then they have something special going on. And kudos to them. This is like the best that my deck could possibly perform, I think. All right, let's see what they got. Agent of Atlas comes in, absolutely no blocks. I'm literally at 28 HP. I wonder if they have destroy target creature that dealt damage this turn. So maybe I keep Loki out of combat. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the shield spy kit on the Brawler. Draw a card. Oh, Atuma is kind of nice. Do I prefer that? Maybe I prefer that over Wakandan Drone Flock. Well, let's see what happens to my Brave Brawler. I will attack with just that. I think a Scry is worth more than a damage here. I'm pretty sure. Is Scry worth more than 1 damage? Well, untapping it also seems good. Is Scry worth more than 1 damage? Well, you know what? I could always just attack with the Wakandan Drone Flock. I could always just play the Wakandan Drone Flock. I think I want to play Atuma, though. I think the damage is worth more, personally. I don't know what they have, though. It could be something that interrupts a Brave Brawler, so maybe the value actually does matter. Let's play it a little bit cool for the moment, because I'm not sure what they have. Yeah, probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Not spending a turn drawing a land is actually good. Maybe that's worth more than 1 damage. We'll see. Now, is Ghost actually better? Oh, I see. Interesting. Is Ghost actually better than Wakandan Drone Flock is the question. Okay, you untap something irrelevant, and then we go to block. And then I'm not able to pump my Brave Brawler. That's fine, because the Brave Brawler is not actually what was special here. So I think, yeah, let's go ahead and just play Atuma. Because giving it flying would be really good. Drawing extra cards is really good. It does have an extra toughness on the Wakandan Drone Flock, which matters if they have some certain ways of biting or fighting. We'll see. This definitely got closer. Definitely got closer. Burrow back up. Okay. Frozen and Ice. So I do basically have to spend my whole turn equipping things here, but I think that's probably fine. All right, draw card. Go ahead and play the land. It's possible that I don't equip the... Whoa, we got there! Okay, so that would have been 5 damage, and I draw a card, and I was thinking I would just play the Ghost. We are playing for a box with this deck. All right, folks. I'm getting into serious mode now. 0 losses to give. Box on the line. $400 game of Magic. No pressure. Let's go. All right. Not as good as my last few. My last 2 hands were like the perfect hands. This one is not as good as my last 2 hands, but it's still pretty good. I mean, I have a 1-drop into a 2-drop with evasion. I think that has to be like kind of the last land that I draw. But the other thing is these are early plays, but they also have a future, because on turn 5 I can start buffing. Okay. So, yeah, this is the kind of card I didn't open, right? Reach and Trample. Your opponent can't cast spells during your turn. Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. Yeah, I mean, for some reason, they decided that printing cards like this in this set is a good idea. And sometimes they come down turn 2 and you don't have an answer. Okay, so this game became about one thing and one thing only. How quickly I can ramp or dig into finding an answer to that Jennifer Walters. That would have been an answer a lot of turns ago. So, play my land. They do need to find a green, but only 1 green. They do have their double white now. I'll go in with both. Play another Aerial Doombot. The fact that it has reach is a big problem for me. And hold up, we saving A. I think playing the Doombot is better than investing in Panther Pounce right now. Okay, whoa. Oh, of course. Of course. So silly of me. I can't cast We Saving A because Jennifer Walter. Very fair card. So I should have done the Panther Pounce and drawn that land, and then who knows what I would have drawn here. So they literally have gone turn 2 Mythic, turn 3 tap land, but then turn 4 rare. Yeah, that's an issue. Okay, well, let's push through some Brave Brawler damage, probably. Is that worth doing? Yeah, I think so, because I would get a card as a reimbursement. As much as playing the Wakandan Drone Flock would be good, this lets me kill one of their bombs and cycle if they chose to block. So it's essentially free damage. All right, I need a Oblivion Ring. No, not 2 lands. Wow, yeah. Jennifer Walters just completely blanking We Saving A. Fair and balanced. Island. So if they play a forest next turn, the pressure is on. The pressure is on. Herbie. That's a flying blocker. Just not a forest. Maybe they're keeping their forests a secret. I feel like they don't have it because they've been having mana issues. Whoa. Attacking? Oh, that would be dramatic. That would be dramatic. What? I feel like they're just messing with me. There's no way that they were actually thinking about that. I think they're just messing around. Play this in with the team. I guess I could hold back Brave Brawler so that I can activate the bigger mode on Helicarrier Strike. I guess I could hold back 1 Aerial Doombot If Mighty Thor blocks an aerial Doombot, I don't really want to trade. What if I just attack with Brave Brawler and Wakandan Drone Flock? Probably Herbie is going to block the Brave Brawler and I buff it. That's so weak. Other option is give Brave Brawler flying and attack with that plus Wakandan Drone Flock. How do I feel if I kill Herbie? The other option is attack with both Doombots and Wakandan Drone Flock. They might just trade Thor, which I think is fine. I think they were faking wanting to trade Thor there. The other option is just attack with everything, YOLO. When Thor blocks an aerial Doombot, I just do the double trade with Helicarrier Strike. That feels really bad. 2-for-1ing myself against this board. Kind of want to just attack with Brave Brawler plus Wakandan Drone Flock. I think that gives me the best chance. They're going to block Brave Brawler with Herbie, I think. Really? So now I probably Helicarrier Strike Thor, tapping my Doombots. It's a pretty passive way to play. But I think killing Thor seems good. Just get rid of Thor. Deal 3 to the opponent. I could cycle my Panther Pounce, but I kind of want to use that to sneak damage in. Okay, they're now 1 mana away from flipping Jennifer Walters. So now I really do have to start. This is when any creature you control is dealt damage that does that. Oh, lifelink. That's really good for them. Justice. Oh, no, that's awesome. Justice lets me counter Jennifer Walters. Heck yes, Justice. Let's go. Best card in the format. Come on. Come on. Attack, attack, attack. I need to really think through everything I do now. So this thing has lifelink. It's going to get some damage in. But I killed their Thor. What is this? When it counters are put on something, you make an 0-4. I'm swinging in for 5 damage a turn. I'm about to counter unless they pay 4. I guess I cannot counter unless they pay 4 if they play a land first. So I have to hope that they don't find a land here. But yeah, this is the way to go. 4 damage to them. Okay. Getting the flyer was really good. Come on. Come on. Don't play a land. Do not play a land, please. No! They have the land! Hold on. What's happening here? Played that. Counter unless they pay 4. Oh, man. That's so sad. Well, you know what? They can't flip it. And Sue Storm is going to bring them up to 10, so I don't have lethal. But all is not lost. I'll tell you that much. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. If they attack with Sue Storm, it's trouble for me. Web up. And I do not have access to We Say Thee Nay. They're going to get rid of the drone flock, I assume. Oh, man. This is so disappointing. The fact that they played a lifelinker, then also had a land to protect Jennifer Walters from the counter spell is really bad. It's really bad. Oh? Did that just give me hope? Oh! 5, 6, 7, 8 damage? Is that 8 damage? Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm your jets. Calm your jets. I have a counter spell that I can play because it's my turn. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play my land. Panther Pounce. Target me. Target Brave Brawler. I get paranoid in moments like this that I'm going to have a power outage. Attack. 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 3 attackers. I'm showing you that I have 3 attackers. In we go. In we go. 3 attackers. Did we win a box? Did we win a freaking box of Marvel with these rares and mythics? Let's freaking go. Oh, man. Oh man, what a run that was. Oh, a sweet collector booster box. That feels extra good because I did not think the pool could do it. And because you know what? We used our data knowledge to get this box. Seriously. Seriously. The thing that makes this sweet, that makes this feel extra good, is that, look, I'm not a pro Magic player. I have a full-time job. I have a family. I have friends. I have many obligations in my life. I just do this, like you, for fun when I can, right? The thing that makes this particularly sweet is that I won this box entirely relying on the information that I had in this video that I found when I was preparing to understand how to perform in the direct as well as possible, that I transparently shared with the community to try to help you get better at Magic right along with me, right? So I told you everything that I knew that I thought was important in this video. And the major things that I noticed, things like removal is absolutely crucial. Evasion is crucial. Okay, this sounds like the stupidest things you could say about limited, but like in this set more than in, I don't know, Bloomborough or something. I'm saying like comparatively speaking, this is a set where these fundamentals, 2-for-1s, removal, evasion, are playing straight to the board, are extra important. Information like in sealed so far, you are giving up about 2% chance of winning if you go from the worst archetype that includes white to the best 2-color pair that does not include white. Seriously, the 4 best color pairs are all including white, and the gap between those is about 2 percentage points. Then the gap between the worst one and the next best color pair is another 2 percentage points. Knowing all of that, I knew when I looked at my pool that the thing that I had to do was make use of Frozen in Ice, Web Up, right? The Flyers, right? Shield Spy Kid on Aerial Doombot, right? Like playing to the board, absolute limited fundamentals, good removal, and that's the thing that makes this feel extra sweet. My secret wasn't do 10 runs until you open a Captain Marvel and then don't post the 9 where you lost and then only post that one, right? I am showing you transparently my journey in getting better at limited, and this feels like, look, I'm not saying I did it perfectly. I have tons of room for improvement, but this feels like I did have one bomb, but I just recognized where the good card quality was because I had spent time understanding what works and what doesn't in the format. So make of that what you will, but this feels like a really nice vindication here that I could open a pool, and everyone's talking about how this is a super bomby format. I think the imbalance actually accounts for the bomminess to a certain extent, because if you know where to recognize the common and uncommon card power, which is what makes the format imbalanced in the first place for the most part, then you can just lean in that direction and use skill and knowledge to compensate for bad luck. So here I got a Loki, which was a fantastic, it turned out to be a fantastic rare. I mean, this was incredible. I didn't even properly understand it. Like I slightly misstated what triggers it at the beginning, so it took some time for me to recognize, but this, I was thinking of it in terms of Ms. Marvel because I had that yesterday. This is way better than Ms. Marvel, another level than Ms. Marvel, which triggers off of spells targeting a creature you control, I believe, if I recall correctly. Okay, but we opened Super Soldier Serum, unplayable. Constructed Cosmic Cube, unplayable. Quicksilver, playable, but nothing special. Ruinous Wrecking Cube, good card, but in the worst archetype by like 10 percentage points or 8 percentage points. Alien Invasion turns out not to be playing out well. I think it's an inherently powerful card, but it's just not playing out fast enough for the format, or in the right space for what Gruul wants to be doing, perhaps. So anyways, feels like a sweet victory. If you haven't checked out that video where I told you basically all the information that I used to get this box, I couldn't have, this is not a planned advertisement. This is an organic plug because seriously, it's all in there. Everything that I used to win this box is in there. So, all right. And you know what? Hey, I just, I got a box. So that's on run number 2. I'll definitely be doing a few more. I don't know that I'll post all of the next few runs. But if something interesting or fun happens, then I totally will. Because the next weekday will be, I think there will still be an Arena Direct open on Monday. So I think that's the last day, or maybe it ends on Sunday. So, okay, maybe I'll post a stray run on Monday. Oh, it's Thursday. I'll probably post one tomorrow. Okay, I'll post one tomorrow. So until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash. Cannot believe I won a box with this.